Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Comics Cube. My name is Paul, and I'm here with Duy and Lamar, and we are going to watch a brilliant film. I think it's good called
I don't
Superman
know if I'd call it
Returns.
brilliant.
You can see already this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, upselling off the rip, huh? Okay.
That is some Stan Lee level huckstering, Paul.
We're going to watch a film called Superman Returns together, and we're going to talk all the way through it. So if you like DVD commentaries from people who are in no way involved with the film, this is for you.
And by the way, like we mentioned, we should mention this is the longest Superman movie. That's a weird title for this movie to have. This is the
So
forgotten
everyone
Superman
go to the
movie.
toilet. Pause and go to the toilet now. But come back.
All right, on your cue, Paul.
Okay, we're going to press play in three, two, one, play. Ooh, I've got the PG-13 rating. Is that what everyone's got?
I've got the Warner Brothers logo right after As Time Goes By. Is that what you got?
Oh, you're a little ahead of me. I've just got that now.
Okay, I will pause to when the Legendary Pictures. So the Legendary Pictures logo is just has formed in on my screen.
Okay, I'm gonna let the Legendary Pictures logo form. Come on, Legendary.
Lamar, where you at?
Yeah, Legendary Pictures logo is formed.
Okay. I haven't gotten there yet. It's coming.
All right, when it's formed, just pause it and then we'll restart.
Okay. Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay, three, two, one, play.
As time goes by, being the music that they play, that's timeless at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I love this
Oh,
DC logo, the toothpaste logo.
old school DC intro, but not so old school that it doesn't have the bullet. This is
This
kind of
is
old school right here. This text,
yeah.
this text box.
Superman disappeared.
So we have to set the stage for people who have never seen this movie. This takes place after Superman 2.
Yeah.
Not the Donner cut of the Superman 2, the actual Richard Lester cut of the Superman 2.
Yeah.
And therefore erases Superman's 3 and 4.
Yeah. So
Okay.
no Richard Pryor, no Nuclear Man.
Which is funny that you said it erased it, because I've never heard of any of that.
Really?
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of 3 and 4.
Never heard of 3 and 4. I have no clue what y'all talking about. So obviously I didn't miss nothing, right?
I don't know. I think you're missing a lot when you don't acknowledge the threat of black fingernails. That kind of looks like Solaris, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well,
this looks like Solaris.
Oh, look at that.
You good?
I think those green rocks might be coming back at some point. We're all silent because we know what's coming.
Here we go. There's still no music like this, by the way.
No, just the greatest film music ever made.
So you guys can see Paul is on it today. But I agree, though. It amps me up like no other. Boo!
Boo! Brian Singer, boo! But yay, Superman!
For those you don't know, we were booing the director. We're not going to explain it. Just go Google it.
Yeah. So just to catch up with anyone who hasn't seen Superman 1 and 2, but needs to know what plot points are essential. All you need to know to enjoy this film is that Superman and Lois Lane had it off in Superman 2. And that's all you need to know.
Lois Lane does not remember, by the way.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Which Lois Lane does not remember. Because Superman erased her memory at the end of Superman 2, but did not erase the act. Boo!
Boo, Kevin Spacey, boo.
Hey, Paulie, what did Lois and Superman do in Superman 2? Can you tell us what they did again? They did. Okay, now for this segment of what that means, can you tell everybody what that means?
They had relations.
All right.
They got intimate. Okay, so as much as I love this music, I do think that it does highlight an issue of Superman adaptations ever since Christopher Reeve, which is either that everyone is trying to be Christopher Reeve, or everyone is trying to be the exact opposite of Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of, I guess it's kind of to be expected in some way, because it's like where do you go from there when you're talking about Superman adaptations in live form? Where do you go after that? Right? So it's like you either have to try to be something that's totally not that, or you have to embrace it and try to be better. But who's going to be better? Right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's like, it's like you caught between a rock and a hard one there,
I don't think it's just nostalgia either, this whole sort of, how we can't get away from Christopher Reeve. I think, he shaped how the character's perceived and how it's portrayed in the comic more than any other actor that's portrayed Superman.
Yeah, it's no question.
That's true. The only person who's changed the character more has been Robert Downey Jr. And that's because Iron Man is basically just Robert Downey Jr. now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just got to point out, this is Noel Neill, the OG Lois Lane.
The OG Lois Lane from the 50s.
Yeah. And the 40s, yeah.
From the 40s and 50s. The George Reeves Noel Neill, huh?
And the Kirk Allen one as well, I think.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, she was both of them. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually died on this scene. I'm kidding.
2006, I think.
So it's weird. They had the whole cast list, right? And so I remember James Marsden left the role of Cyclops for this.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that. But also, like, what happened to Kate Bosworth? Wasn't she like kind of becoming a big deal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I first watched this film, I didn't really rate Kate Bosworth, but I think I was a bit unkind. I think I was just, it was the shadow of Margot Kidder.
Yeah.
And I think she was a lot better than I thought she was.
Yeah.
I have similar reactions to both her and Brandon.
Mm.
And a lot of it
is
is
they both had such big shoes to fill.
Yeah, but also a lot of it is that they both look younger than the person they're replacing.
Yeah, this is the problem, especially when he's supposed to have been away for 5 years and they both look about 12.
Yeah, both look much younger. Boo!
Boo! Not her, not the little girl. I'm not booing the little girl. Separating who he is in real life for a moment, I do think he's very good as Lex Luthor.
I would agree, but I don't think this is a very good Lex Luthor.
I don't know. I do like it. I know people say he was just doing Hackman, but I think he brought a lot more to it than Hackman. There's a lot more nastiness there than Hackman, which I'm very fond of.
But can we move away from Lex being a real estate thief, please?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm with you there. Yeah, definitely. He
Yeah.
just wants land. That's all he wants. Australia, whatever. Just give him land and he's happy.
Wait. Who was driving away from Martha's place just now?
Who's that farmer is it Ben Hubbard or someone who always helps out? Probably.
Oh, somebody who's into it.
Yeah. There's a whole deleted scene, isn't there, where Superman is flying around the remains of Krypton and it's all turned into kryptonite. And it's really beautiful and sad, but I can see why they cut it because it is just Brandon Routh looking at green rocks for like 5 minutes.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh, she's been playing Scrabble with Ben Hubbard.
Yep, that is a very much an old person date.
And she's got his lipstick on, hasn't she, for Ben Hubbard? That was definitely it.
Oh, she's very lonely. So in this universe, Pa Kent did die in the beginning of Superman 1.
But Clark Kent still sends his paycheck home, part of his paycheck home to his silver-haired mother.
Even though he's been gone for 5 years.
Yeah.
How has she been living?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I like this. I like that she's not at all like phased by the fact that a rocket ship just landed in her backyard. Because obviously it's happened before, yeah. Plus, she's probably thinking like, well, if anything bad happens, what am I going to lose? Nights with Ben Hubbard playing Scrabble?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here he is.
Oh, wearing a pure black suit, am I right?
Yeah, before Henry Cavill did it. He did it first on screen. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't they get Dean Cain in a black suit at one point as well?
Who's Dean Cain?
Never heard of him.
I don't know who that is.
I have no clue.
Is that Kevin Sorbo's friend, Dean Cain?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Oh, no one important.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think he might have known Xena for a while, but that was about it.
Okay, now I know who that is. Okay.
It's some Hardin Kumar guy, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But he worked for Obama, didn't he?
He did?
Yeah.
What a weird career shift.
Yeah. He gave
my
up
goodness.
to work for Obama. I love Hardin Kumar. They should make another one of those. Why do you think they didn't call her Miss Tessmacher, even though that's basically who she is?
Well, for one thing, well, this is throwing me off because that's freaking Parker Posey, right?
Yes.
So one of my favorite movies ever is Dazed and Confused. So every time I see Parker Posey in anything, I'm just expecting
who it is. Yeah.
I'm just expecting her to go like, "Fry like bacon, you little freshman piggies." I will say that Kevin Spacey is the only one here who does not look younger than the actor he's trying to portray.
Yeah.
I see Superman has been gone for 5 years and he's still pissed.
Yeah. That's what I love about Lex Luthor. He's always like, "Oh, I could have cured cancer if it wasn't for you, Superman. I could have saved the world." But Superman's been gone for 5 years, and he's done bugger all except scam an old lady.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely wrong. He's absolutely making up excuses.
Yeah.
It's like how in Infinity War, how Thanos is like, it brings me no joy to cause violence or whatever. He just wants to kill half the universe, right? But the whole
Blatantly
first
does.
the whole first scene of Infinity War is Thanos clearly enjoying beating up the Hulk.
Yeah.
See, people, it's not that the supervillains don't say sensible shit. It's that they really don't believe in their own shit.
Yeah.
I will say, guys, I still am not a fan of the Crystal Fortress.
Oh, I love the Crystal Fortress.
I prefer
I
my
really like.
I prefer my Fortress of Solitude with a big giant key and a bunch of toys inside it.
Yeah, no, you're right. That is good. I love the
Yeah.
key.
And that's funny because in the movie, I thought it was cool, right? But like when they put it in the comics, I was like, I really don't want to see this.
Yeah,
Because
Doesn't
like you said,
translate.
yeah, it doesn't translate as good. At
yeah,
least, at least keep it to like one part of it or something. Where like like it would be cool if somebody stuck a key like through the background there and just opened the whole thing up. I would be fine with that. But yeah,
I would be fine if the inside walls were crystal, but you'd still have all the toys.
yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, in a movie, the Crystal Fortress shines.
Mm-hmm.
In a comic where most people are rushing a deadline, it's just a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I have. Do you remember that scene from the Donna cut of Superman 2 where Miss Tessmacher finds the toilet?
No. Well, what?
Yeah, because the whole joke is that she needs the toilet when they arrive, and I think that's still in the Lester cut. But there's a bit in the Donna cut then where you hear a flash going, and she goes, "Found it."
Oh, they got the Brando rights, huh?
Mm-hmm.
CGI Brando.
Do these lines come straight from Superman 1, right?
I guess they must do, yeah.
Wait, thousands of your years? Did I miss this the first time?
That's it. Yeah, that's a weird thing. I watched the first film the other day, and like I think he says like 5 of your years has passed at one point, and then he says thousands of years of your years have passed at another point. It's a bit weird.
So Superman as a baby was in was in that rocket for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Listening to Jor-El's books on tape.
But he
Mm-hmm.
was actually growing because the first time we see him, he's actually a grown child.
He's a
Right.
toddler, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a toddler when he got in. He was a baby when he got in the ship, and when he gets out, he's like the equivalent of like maybe what
6,
he's what? Yeah, maybe that.
5,
Yeah,
6.
5, 6, something like that. Maybe a little younger, but it's just because when you're traveling in space, time passes different. So when you're traveling at like that rocket ship, obviously it's traveling like at light speed and things like that. So time kind of runs a little different. You know,
You
so it
win the
ends
no
up.
prize today, my friend.
You got it. That's what we do.
All right, here we see Brandon Routh as Clark Kent, but it's Smallville Clark Kent, so he's not wearing his glasses.
Oh, he's so great. I know he's too young. Yeah,
That's
really.
the thing. He does look younger than Christopher Reeve. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he is good.
Also, he's smaller.
Yeah.
Did he get bigger between this and his stint as Superman in the CW show?
I feel like he looks like he did, doesn't
He
he?
he got bigger, right? Because
Yeah.
when he portrayed Kingdom Come Superman on the CW show, I was like, oh, okay, he looks fine.
And I know I totally gone off the CW shows, I'm sad to say, because I liked them when they first started, but I went off them. But he looks more like Superman in them than he does here.
I agree. Yeah,
Because
that's it.
he needed to be older to do it. And I'd love to see him come back on the big screen.
I would love to see him given the chance.
Mm.
I would love to see every Superman who didn't really get a proper chance be given the chance,
Yeah.
except for that guy you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and tell my Henry Cavill and my Brandon Routh anecdote really quickly now. I met
Go.
Brandon Routh in 2019, and I asked him, was there talk of a shared DC universe when you did Superman Returns? And do you think shared universes are a good idea? And he said that he thought shared cinematic universes were a good idea if there was like proper work done on the relationships between the characters. And he said there was talk of talk of Batman versus Superman and a shared universe when he was doing this. So they were talking about Batman versus Superman even back then. But his thoughts were that even if Batman really wanted to fight Superman, Superman would find a way for that fight not to happen. And he said that if it had got to the stage where they had asked him to do Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman, he would have either tried to use his influence to get the story changed, or he would have not done it. So that's quite interesting.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I mean, I agree with him in principle, but at the same time, fans want to see Batman fight Superman.
Well, this is it. Yeah. I mean, but I respect him for like, even though I really like Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, as you know, but I do respect him for, having that vision of a character and having the integrity to say, no, I would have walked away,
Mm-hmm.
I also respect you for your choice of movies, Paul.
Thank you.
So another thing I think is the way that his hair falls. It makes him look even younger than he already looks.
Yeah.
Oh, so how old do you think Christopher Reeve looked when he was in Superman's 1 and 2?
Well, I think he looked like 30 odd, early 30s, which is what he was supposed to be, I think.
And Brandon here looks like what?
I mean, he looks early. I think he's 26, but he looks early 20s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he not only looks younger, but this is supposed to be 5 years later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ma Kent, much like Aunt May, in the tradition of adoptive parents who are way too old to be their actual parents. That's a nice shot of the city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just New York.
Say what you want about this film, but it looks amazing, doesn't it?
It looks pretty good. I like that it's just New York.
Yeah. I love that he's just come to the planet without finding somewhere to live yet, because he just wants to see everyone.
I like how he still has a job.
Yeah. On my job, they call what he did, they call it going AWOL. And so, so once you don't you have your job until you actually come back. So then when you come back and they're like, oh, you've been AWOL for 5 years, you fired, bro.
This actually would do you better if you never came back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Skeletor. Skeletor's here.
Skeletor.
May also want to be
Thank you for giving my job like no problem for dying.
It was his time.
I like how they've got like the humor of the Daily Planet from the original movies back here.
Yeah.
Oh, Lois is on the telly.
Oh, look at that little smile come across his face.
He loves Lois.
You know, not enough to not leave her for 5 years.
Well, this is it, yeah. I don't know though. If you were told your planet had blown up and you had the means to go and check, you'd have to go and check, wouldn't you? Just in case.
I mean, there's a whole story in between Superman 2 and this movie, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, why the world doesn't need Superman. When this film came out, I really loved it. I still really love it, but I watched it twice in the cinema, and I read a snooty newspaper column in the Guardian newspaper about how like these movie franchises, blah blah blah, slacking it off. So I wrote a really snotty letter to the paper just defending the film. Just well, actually, the film, but it didn't get published, unfortunately. I was very protective of this film.
So tell me something. Can we spoil the film for people, or should we wait until later?
I mean, the movie it came out what in the early 2000s?
Yeah,
So
2006, wasn't it?
yeah, so we talking 15 years ago, man. I mean, I don't see I wouldn't even you can't even really consider it a spoiler after 15 years.
Yeah.
Right. So the child that Lois has is Superman's child from the one night that they spent together.
Yeah.
But Cyclops believes it's his child.
Yeah.
Which would indicate that she started dating Cyclops pretty much immediately after.
Yeah.
So he's a proper rebound then.
Yes. Not that she remembers that night at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're talking about they had come back from the Fortress of Solitude. Superman got all his powers back. He defeated Zod and the rest of them, and they got sent off to prison because the squad car made it to the Fortress of Solitude. Now,
absolutely.
So all of that had taken place already, and then immediately after that is when Cyclops shows up, and then boom. So you figure how much time could that have been?
Not too much.
Sad there is the last scene of Superman 2 is him saying to the president that I won't let you down again, sir.
He clearly left right after.
Immediately buggers off.
So he dipped right after that.
Yeah, because the only way was that
OG Jimmy Olsen there.
Jack really?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that. I just had to.
Well, like let's give a shout out here to Clark's wardrobe, which is very, very classic. And also Jimmy Olsen's wardrobe.
Yeah.
Complete with a bow tie.
But sorry, I interrupted you there. What were you saying? Sorry.
Okay, so the only way that I can see her actually dating anybody else is if Superman must have already left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So immediately after he told the president he'd never let him down again, he left the planet.
Yeah. One day.
Matter of fact, if you take the part where he's out in space and then he's flying and then he kind of winks at the camera and dips, You know, like, you know how like they have that classic scene at the end of all the Superman movies? That's probably when he leaves. Right?
Yeah.
So like when he flies off, that's him going to Krypton and he grins and I'm out. I'll holler at y'all in 5 years.
Oh
You know?
my goodness.
So he's winking at us, going, "You're on your own."
Mhm.
It's just like Batman at the end of Batman The Dark Knight. What's that?
Yeah. I'm
Dark
gonna
Knight
say
Rises.
my
Yeah.
right, yeah. Oh, Harlan Kumar's done something wrong. What's his name? I can't. I feel bad calling him Harold and Kumar.
Oh, his name
Well,
is
I've been
Cal.
calling him Cyclops, so
Yeah, his real name is Cal Penn. I can't remember what his name is in the movie though.
Cal. There we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's really good in this, Parker Posey.
ooh.
I love this bit. Like he slips back. The rest of them just stay there. He slips back. I suppose, like, emotionally, it would make sense though. Like, he's just met Zod and Ursa and Non, and he must be thinking to himself, "Is this all that's left of my people? Are these the only other Kryptonians? It can't be just me and them."
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's a good point. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it is.
Yeah, but it is.
Well, no, because he never met Helen Slater, Supergirl.
No, that's true.
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true.
What is this now? It's a passenger plane that's going to launch a rocket or something, a space shuttle.
That is my understanding of it, yes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We were experiencing a power outage. I mean, even if the power come back on the airplane, that ain't cool, right?
No.
Like, I mean, you know, she's real casual about this.
Yeah. I mean, space launches, they're really careful, aren't they? They just abort for anything, don't they? So
Mm-hmm.
they probably should have aborted at this point.
Yeah, that generally would be like, yeah, we're gonna land this jump. That's usually how they do it.
Man, model train sets are so cool.
They are, man.
That's
Yeah.
not relevant to anything I'm saying. It's just they're so cool.
Do you think this is a little homage to the original Superman film, where, like, you know, where the nuclear bomb lands and the dam bursts, and there's a really obvious fake toy town that the water's cascading over?
It's possible.
Yeah.
So this toy train model, it is a model of America as a whole, which is why Mount Rushmore is there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, isn't it? You know, you got these crystals that this like force for like keeping Krypton alive and bringing life back, and Luther's using it immediately to destroy something. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah,
Right.
because he's full of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Up, see, they are scrubbing the mission, but it's just not working.
Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah, they're not as dumb as you think, Paul.
There we go. I should give people more credit. Sorry, guys. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, who can save them from this? How is this woman not panicking?
Yeah.
Like it's like she's not even aware she on the airplane too, right? Like
Yeah.
she's not like on an intercom or nothing, like down on the ground, like, yo, you about to catch it too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and now she's pet. This is quite a threat.
This is, do you know what? This is, as much as I like Man of Steel and all that, this is what those films are missing. It's just like this thing that only, but a perfectly, plausible thing that could happen that only Superman could stop, you know? Just Superman
And
saving
also the saving of people.
Yeah, saving people. That's it. No, you're right. Yeah. It's a situation where people need to be saved and only Superman can do it.
And he actually does it.
And he does it.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
maybe one of the problems with the film in terms of the way it was received is it can't really you can't really pinpoint the time period in which this movie takes place. Because
Yes.
why is everyone fucking dressed like they were from the 50s?
Yeah, I mean, because even the original Superman films,
this
they
one
were
is a
set in,
tribute to the original.
yeah,
Isn't-
but they
yeah.
were 70s America, weren't they? That was Metropolis was 70s Metropolis, you know? 70s New York, rather.
He missed an opportunity with with him unbuttoning his shirt and doing a
Yeah.
close up of the S. Like that was the big thing with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah,
But here they just unbuttoned it. They should have done a close up.
definitely. Astronauts don't seem bothered.
What is Lois gonna do? What is she even thinking of doing? Like, I mean, you're a great reporter and all, but I'm pretty sure you don't know the first thing about flying a plane.
This is typical newspaper columnist behavior, isn't it? I know everything. I can sort it out.
There he is. There he is. We finally get to see Superman 36 minutes into this movie.
Hey. Yeah, but it's the way they do it though.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
make it worth the wait, don't they?
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. He's welding him into
the
place.
music.
Oh, wait, no, he's cutting it off. I swear, music does so much for a movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is lovely. Nothing dates in a movie more than phones, though, does there? I just saw a phone floating.
It's anything with technology. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you go like really old school and they think that the bigger a computer is, the better it is.
Yeah. See, she's endangered everyone else by unbuckling her seatbelt.
Yes. She should really be dead by now.
Yeah.
So he just launched the spaceship so that the astronauts can continue their mission, right?
Of course.
Look at this man. He's useless.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, the special effects are pretty good for
Yeah. It
2006.
doesn't look dated at all, special effects wise.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think the whole film looks fantastic. Even the color scheme of his suit, like in the publicity photos, it just looks like he's got a brown cape.
Yeah.
But in the film, it goes with the palette of the film, and it just looks perfect.
Yes. It's a good palette for a suit.
Yeah. And I love how like the first thing he tries doesn't work. So he goes back, it's not just easy for him to catch a plane, no matter how strong he is. You've got to think about how you're catching the plane.
The physics of the plane.
Yeah.
By the way, everyone wearing their gas mask really highlights the fact that you should be wearing that mask if the pressure goes down, which really highlights the fact that Lois should be dead by now.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of times, because she's getting bounced around the plane too, like a ping pong ball. But now that's a good point though, because I mean, Superman defies physics, but the airplane doesn't.
Yes.
So he's more durable than the plane, so it's a lot that you have to consider.
Yeah, and he can't theoretically he could fly faster than the plane is falling, but like you can't actually do that without potentially endangering the plane too, right? Because he would cause like such a crash.
He'd crush the plane. Yeah, and the people would just be floating all over the place.
Yeah, he's crushing it right now just because he's an immovable object.
Right.
Oh, this bit now is one of my all-time favorite movie moments ever.
And let me tell you, him not landing on the baseball field is like a great touch because he could have just landed on the baseball field and made it easier for himself. But he also did not want to destroy public property.
Yeah. Just everyone cheering him. It's just absolutely wonderful, isn't it?
Wonderful. Oh, look at that look on her face. She's so happy. Of course, nobody ever thinks that Clark Kent and Superman are back at the same time.
No.
Direct tribute to Superman 1.
Yeah. I love how the plane spokesperson is going, yes, it is the safest way to travel. This
is also the moment where as an added bonus he messes up Cyclops' life because he does it in front of everybody, right? Like that dude's life is messed up from here on out
forever.
Yeah,
shit, he's back.
The X is back.
So it's almost kind of like these people are cheering because they're happy about that. Maybe they know him or something. You know what I mean?
Was there a shot a minute ago of the two Jimmys hugging? That's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that part was great.
So I gotta say, before we see Cyclops, Cyclops leaving the X-Men franchise. Oh, that's a tribute to Superman 1 too. Lois fainting.
Yeah.
But Cyclops leaving the X-Men franchise really ruined X-Men 3.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Bryan Singer too.
I would take this over X-Men 3 though. I would take this over any of the X-Men films.
No question.
Yeah. But I'm saying like X-Men 3 was completely ruined by Cyclops leaving.
Yeah.
Right, because he was such an important part because it was basically the Dark Phoenix saga. Also, James Marsden could play him in this movie as a guy who gets left by Lois Lane. How are they going to get that plane out of the stadium? Superman didn't think. to move the plane out of the stadium.
He didn't say American way. Oh, it's
No.
terrible. You can't say American way now. They'll put you in jail. Oh,
But really, it should say the Terran way.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do we think of this little character trait of Lois Lane's, that she doesn't know how to spell stuff?
I like it because she's human. She's flawed. She's
Yeah.
us. So she's got to have these little flaws, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's you know, because like she thinks really quick, like, you know, like when she's putting stuff together in her head,
Yeah.
you know, and so I think it's like an outward reflection of that, you know, because if you're doing that, you're not really worried about how stuff is spelled, you know. So even though she probably has a big vocabulary, you know, it's interesting.
I like the idea, and I think Greg Rucka was the one who did it, that oh shit, here he is. That she does it on purpose so Perry still reads her stuff.
Yes, that's good.
Oh, look at that. Awkward.
I love how since this film was made, probably not because of this film, but since this film was made, Superman having a son now is part of the legend, is part of the myth. I think John Kent is firmly established now, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean,
yeah.
what, around this time they had Chris Kent
yes.
in the
Mhm.
books.
Yeah.
So what, was Chris Kent like a trial for John Kent? Probably was,
I
right?
guess he must have been.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, what if Chris Kent comes back and meets John?
they brought him back in Rebirth, but as Zod's son, and he can't remember. You know, there's no reference to him being Chris Kent. He's just evil Zod's son kind of thing, which is a shame. Really.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Bit
sexual
of a waste
tension.
opportunity.
I like that John Kent gets the electric suit now, because I've always thought the electric suit was a cool looking suit. I just didn't want it for Superman.
I like the electric suit. Yeah, it didn't work on that strange visitor character because you know she's called Strange Visitor, and that's not pretty good. It annoys me that Cyclops is called Richard White, I think, and not Jerry White.
Oh, he's Perry's nephew. I forgot that fact.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's how you know she doesn't actually like him. He's basically
Yeah.
memorized what he likes, like a dating profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy loves him.
What is the kid's name? I forgot.
Jason.
Okay.
Jason White.
No, it's not. So it's a weird thing. I don't know what it's like, where you guys are from, but in the Philippines, if the mother and the father are not married, the kid's last name defaults to the mother's.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So he would be Jason Lane, if ever.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
yeah,
if
I
the
see.
mother and the
Yeah.
father are not married, and then they end up getting married,
Mhm.
the father will have to adopt the kid, even if the kid is his biological kid.
Wow. Okay. So
Wow.
like, okay, yeah. Now the way we do it here is when a child is born, you get that straight when they come in with the birth certificate. And then you say like what you want to be on the birth certificate, and that's how they do it,
Yeah, you can do that here too, but it's like a special arrangement.
Wow.
Parker Posey's wardrobe in this movie is something else. What the hell was that? Is she gonna ride a horse?
Suppose suppose watching this film again, she does play it way different from Miss Tessmacher, doesn't she? She's fulfilling the same role, but she is clearly a different character, isn't she?
Oh, she's
So
a rebound. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just playing off of the theme of rebounds here with
Yeah.
Richard White.
He's such a good Clark, isn't he?
I
Oh
think
yeah, he's great as Clark.
I
Yeah.
think he's trying a little too hard with that voice, though.
Mm.
Does Kate Bosworth have two differently colored eyes?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell.
It
Like
kind of
one
looks
is
like
blue and one is brown.
She got David Bowie eyes.
it.
Oh, she's still so mad. She's so mad from I think 5 years ago. Yeah. You know how Clark's address is like really established in the comics? It's like Lincoln. What is it?
Clinton, isn't it?
Clinton.
Something
Yeah.
Clinton. Yeah.
I wonder if
Mhm.
that's true. Is that's established in the other adaptations too?
Yeah. Oh, love him.
That's a
He's
nice
full on his
shot.
own.
That's a
Yeah,
great
it's
shot. Yeah, that's a great sequence. I like that he's just flying past the Daily Planet where he must have started from. So this is basically him just going around the city at this point.
yeah.
I think the thing with this movie is it's the closest thing you'd get to an art house Superman movie, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because it's got a lot of quiet moments and
Yeah.
there's not that much action, which I think works against it in terms of people watching it at the box office.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess people's expectations, because like this is before Marvel, it wasn't it? So
Mm-hmm.
people had certain expectations about superhero films.
Yeah, it really goes against many expectations. One of the expectations that I certainly didn't have was that Superman was going to be a stalker.
I know that's a common criticism, but I think it works, isn't it? Like, because
I think given what he could be looking at with his X-ray vision, it could be much worse.
well, this is it. It's not as if she's in the shower or something, is it?
This is 100% his version of looking her up on Facebook and looking through all her
Yes,
pictures.
I was just going to say that. This is like looking at her Facebook profile, isn't it? Like, lying to Cyclops, yeah.
But she does not remember. Oh wait,
No, but
is
she's
this?
lying about it. She's lying about her feelings, isn't she?
Oh yeah. Wait, is I spent the night with Superman the night
That
in Superman 2 or her first interview in Superman 1?
yes. Can you read my mind? Night.
It's Can You Read My Mind? Okay.
I've seen a lot of people on the internet like slagging off "Can You Read My Mind" of late, and I'm not at home to that at all.
Nah, that's
absolutely beautiful. That sequence is.
no, it is. It is. Yeah.
I was in the car in the cab once and like I heard the song Can You Read My Mind? But I'd never heard it before and I was like, Wait a minute, I know these lyrics. This is a song?
Mhm. Yeah, it's on
Isn't
the
it a bit
soundtrack.
disco-y?
Hmm.
Okay, so the reason he looks young, I think, is because his face hasn't gotten all its angles in yet.
Yeah,
Like he still looks like he's got some baby fat on him or whatever.
yeah. This is nice.
It's a prerequisite for every Superman movie to have some sort of Jesus callback.
Yeah.
It's funny because the caption said overlapping comments in various languages.
That's a good shot because his cape, Paul, correct me if I'm wrong here. His cape wouldn't move in space, right?
Um,
Um,
I guess not. No, you're right.
not much. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no atmosphere. It wouldn't
Hmm.
it wouldn't be moving.
I love Superman going after robbers. You don't see that a lot, do you? But all crime is important to him.
Yeah, you don't see it a lot anymore, but I don't know. It's one of the things I miss most about Bronze Age Superman. It's like the most mundane stories
Yeah, yeah.
given a super. But that's what I miss about the done in ones, right? It's like you have to have these really dumb stories sometimes just to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, absolutely. To make the special stories feel special. At least these are quite dangerous robbers as well.
It's like that guy, Loophole. Is it his name Loophole?
Who's that now?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, he's one of the robber villains in the Superman books. He was in
Yeah.
Oh,
JLA
yeah.
Avengers.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
It was one of the first villains Superman fought when he came back from the dead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, is this in Metropolis?
I guess so. I'm not sure.
I mean, because theoretically he was listening in, right?
Yeah. And coincidentally, he found a crime going on in his hometown. This is lovely, though.
Oh, here we go. So this movie has what may be my favorite single moment of Superman showing a power, and you're about to see it in a little bit. I
I
think you know
think I
what I'm.
did.
I think you know what I'm talking about. Because no one ever shows it that way. That's the
Was it that bit?
one.
Yeah. Doesn't even blink.
Doesn't blink, doesn't flinch. That's pretty badass, Brandon.
I
Yeah, you got to give it to him.
You got to give it to him. That's pretty badass. That little
also
smirk
like
on his
Luther
face.
making a donation to a museum he's about to rob, though. Weirdly, his hair's a bit Jesse Eisenberg there, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Sort of nod to the future.
So getting back to your point earlier, I do think that Superman being a dad is something that's obviously aged really well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it took them a while to really figure out that, yeah, Superman pretty much is a dad.
Yeah. No, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people like try to make Superman still younger and more, relatable to kids. But he's never really been that. He's always been the adult.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like, at least, with the Superman Lois TV series, they're leaning into that now, in other media,
Mhm.
which is a good sign, I think.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, that's kind of something that it had to happen sooner or later, you know,
Yeah.
like with Superman, having a child and stuff, you know.
I mean, it's not going to work for every superhero, but it definitely works for Superman.
No, it works for him. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys see the couple of Tom Taylor sequences recently where
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, where Superman's talking to John and it's all about what an awesome dad he is. And then
Hmm.
Bruce is talking to Dick and it's all about how, oh my God, I totally messed up as your parent.
Yeah. Oh, we just had the Action Comics #1 tribute then.
Yeah. Yeah.
No screaming bloke in the corner, though,
That's it. Yes.
unfortunately.
No Butch.
Yeah. Butch ain't here for this
Look
one.
at that. Look at that. Look at that cell phone. Right? That kid took a picture. That kid took a picture. That's not a video.
With a flip at that.
With a
Yeah.
flip. So well, that must be a really low resolution picture.
It's interesting that they got this scene because in the original film, he talks about stealing the rock from Addis Ababa, and you hear about it on the news. I think there's some news reports about a break-in in a museum in Addis Ababa, but you never actually see him steal the rock. So it's nice that we see him steal kryptonite here.
I like how the Metropolis Museum of Natural History is just. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice reference. Are we going to Addis Ababa? That was my little Otis impression.
So very smart to have him distracted by Parker Posey here,
Yeah.
right? Because he knew he would be listening in.
Yeah. And it's a really nice bit coming up when she sees Lex again now.
So I was saying I do like how the Metropolis Museum of Natural History is the New York Museum of Natural.
Yes.
Yeah. No question. Yeah.
She's like Miss Tessmacher. She likes him really. Well, there we go. He's doing stuff in other countries. Manila.
I can't believe I missed it. I believe I missed Superman being here. I was in the States at the time when this movie came out.
Weirdly, I was in Berlin on holiday and with an ex, and I watched it twice. Made her watch it twice in the cinema with me in Berlin.
This is why she's your ex.
Yeah.
My man went to Berlin and watched Superman twice.
Yep.
Oh my God, man.
This is Paul's idea of a good time in another country.
Yeah, man.
Kate Moss was perfectly fine. What happened to her whole career?
I know, yeah, I don't understand it.
This is gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's weird how like films become flops after the fact. But I mean, this film wasn't a flop, was it? You know?
No, no.
Nah, they pull cargo with this joint. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of times if the movie doesn't come out and make $1 billion in a month, people will say it's a flop, right?
Mm,
But this movie here, it did pretty good. Like,
yeah.
it wasn't like they didn't blow the bank up or nothing, but I mean, it did good when it in its, when it was running.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they lost no money on it or nothing like that.
No.
Even Paul. Like Kate Bosworth is still acting, just not in high profile things.
It's a
Oh.
shame.
I feel like so much could be done if he just had the traditional Clark Kent comb.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
An A in science, but a D in gym. Look at that. They're totally telegraphing the twist here.
He's just figured it out. I love that. The kids figure it out and the adults don't. That's
And
how
it,
it should be.
yeah, ain't got a clue.
The
Yeah.
adults will figure it out later and completely dismiss it.
Yes. Yeah, this is the bit I was on about. She shouts at him now.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
That's a great shot. That's a great sequence.
It breaks. He gives it.
He's
That's the other
right.
one.
He's
But
right.
not
He's right.
that.
Superman could
He would
totally
know.
tell.
Yeah.
Lex must be getting soft in that 5-year period since,
Yeah.
because you remember he blew up Miss Tessmacher, like the town where her mama lived at. Remember, he blew it up with a missile, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess he kind of took it down a notch in the 5 years, where he just cut her brakes this time.
Yeah. And he's keeping a bit of kryptonite for himself. That'll come in later on, I'm sure.
Like so much of it is just in the selling of it because that's just a hunk of green plastic. But
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
the way he looks at it is like, oh, it's kryptonite.
And he doesn't even say anything, but he can. But you know, yeah, I'm gonna stick this in Superman later on.
He, Brandon Routh is not 6'4".
He is quite tall in real life. He's much
Is
taller
he?
than me. Yeah, I mean that. I mean, if you have a look at that photo of me and him, he's way above me, and I'm not like super tall, but I'm like 5'7", 5'8" or something.
I guess he doesn't look tall in this movie, I guess.
Mm, mm. Oh, here we go. This bit you mentioned, they just dismiss it. Like he knows they're talking about him, so he's like looks stupid. Just
See, I don't know. I don't like it because I think it makes Lois look weak as a reporter because the smoking gun is that Clark and Superman showed up at the same time again.
Again.
I've said this before. I said this to my coworker the other day when she was talking about like how silly the Superman Clark Kent thing is. If I looked like Prince Harry, right, except I wore glasses, and you were my coworker, would you think Prince Harry is working in this planetarium with me,
No, no,
pretending to be
no.
a fat Welshman? Or would you think, oh, Paul looks like Prince Harry? That's weird.
No, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. And I think I agree with that. And I think that's why the Clark Kent disguise works for most people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not to the greatest investigative reporter in the world who he happens to have been intimate with.
Yes. No, it's a fair point. See, everyone says this bit's creepy. This bit's absolutely beautiful. Like such a wonderful use of X-ray vision to make going up in a lift look really beautiful.
I don't
right.
I don't really see it as creepy, but
no. Oh, she's on the fags again.
Wait, say that again.
She's on the fags again.
Before we get canceled.
That's what we call cigarettes in the UK. It's fine. She's smoking a fag. That's what we say. I love how this is like a sort of inversion almost of that scene from the Can You Read My Mind scene.
Oh, yeah,
like
because
right
that
before.
was yeah. That was the interview too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in both scenes, he's winning her trust, but it's different, you know.
Let's also be clear here about his use of X-ray vision, okay? This is a universe in which he has already used his X-ray vision to know the color of her underwear.
That's true, yeah.
Right.
At her invitation.
At her invitation.
Yeah. I still like pink very much, Lois.
How could you leave me like
that?
Wait, I'm really bugged by the timelines here. When did she write this piece?
Yeah, and she's only just getting the Pulitzer for it. Yeah. The thing is, like in real life, away from the Superman myth, she's absolutely right. We've got to stop looking for a savior in real life. There is not one person who's going to solve everything for us, and we keep looking for that person. I think that's why, as people, we keep getting into trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yep.
Yeah, because we keep on electing people to solve all our problems for us.
Yeah, and pinning all our hopes and fears and dreams on one person instead of working together to do it ourselves.
Agreed. That's a great shot, by the way, the Daily Planet spinning. Oh, that's a great shot too.
Yeah.
Like
the dialogue is all like callbacks to the Can You Read My Mind stuff as well, but taking on a different resonance. It's so clever.
So this
Oh,
okay, so two things, right? That's smart. That's good execution right there. But two things. One, I think that Superman's costume works much. He's the only guy where this is true. It works much better when his costume is like made of simple, real material,
yes,
right?
yeah,
Like Christopher Reeve or that Fleischer Superman suit that
yes,
Tyler Hoechlin wore in that first
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah. That suit was great.
yeah.
The other thing is not much changes with his hair when he's Superman and he's Clark, and that's another thing that bugs me. Uh,
Mm,
he puts on the little curl, but that's about it. But like if you look at Christopher Reeve's hair as Clark and his hair as Superman, they're different hairstyles.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The partings in different places, and yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the fantasy of Superman, isn't it? Is that like, you know, we shouldn't pin all our hopes on one person, but what if we could? What if there was one
What if there
person
was one
who was
person who could
that
do it?
good? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That good and that powerful.
yeah,
Okay, I will say that the whole physics of him flying her are better in this movie than in Superman 1.
yeah,
Because in Superman 1, during the Can You Read My Mind scene, she should have fallen.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is lovely, isn't it? Touching the water
Yeah.
as they fly over it. And if you think about it, it's amazing that they took this film and they decided to make, instead of making it action packed, they made it beautiful, and that's quite brave, even in 2006. That's, you know, take a big blockbuster superhero movie and we're going to make it relatively quiet and beautiful rather than, you know,
No, that's true, especially when you consider that there hadn't been a Superman movie in a while, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, since 1982.
Yep.
Mm.
Correct.
Yes,
Correct.
absolutely.
82.
82.
Really? Was that when Superman 4 was?
No, no, I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
right.
about.
I see what you mean. Yes. Yes, I got you.
It's the nice thing here is they're basically dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
The special effects are really good in this movie. I'm really
Yeah.
surprised. They really hold
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, they've held up really well, and a lot of special effects from movies during this time period didn't. You know, like if you go back and look at it now, it it doesn't look all that great. I mean, this movies that came out 3 years ago, the special effects don't hold up, you
Yeah,
know, but this
absolutely.
one does, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 years after this, Batman would be wearing a big giant rubber suit, unable to move his neck.
Right.
Okay, I think maybe a legitimate criticism of this movie is Superman is in fact trying to break up a couple.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he did that
Yeah,
when he put the plane on the ground and he looked at Lois. That was it.
yeah.
Bro, that was it. Yeah, he was on bar time, man.
I really like the spinning Daily Planet sign.
No, it's great. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's a great image. Yeah.
It's a good touch.
they got burritos.
Oh my God, for a second there, I thought Jimmy was like a bigger kid. Does she know?
What? That the
The
kids?
yeah, does she know?
I don't know. I can't remember what it was gave me the impression, but I've always got the impression from this film that she sort of that she does remember some of it or something, and that it's not as big a surprise to her that the kid's Superman's as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But do you remember if in the Donner cut she also lost her memory?
He turns back time, doesn't he, in the Donner cut?
Oh, he
Yeah.
does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there is no good ending to these two Superman movies, I swear.
No. Because you get that shot in the Donner cut of Perry White putting toothpaste on his toothbrush, and the toothpaste goes back into the tube.
Little bit of trivia for everyone. Perry White in this movie is played by Frank Langella, who might be a controversial figure right now. But also Frank Langella is the guy who played Skeletor in the 1987 Masters of the Universe movie and is notable for the fact that he thought he was in a good movie.
What do you mean? I like that film.
Have you seen him talk about that movie? He said he was actively he was thinking that he was like in some Shakespearean melodrama.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
And like in interviews, he like remembers that one line. It's like, tell me about the loneliness of good He-Man. Is it equal to the loneliness of evil? Which, by the way, only sounds like a good line, but it actually makes no sense.
It makes no
it
sense
doesn't.
whatsoever. Like everything else in that movie. But
How
he
is
sells
He-Man
it though.
supposed to compare it to the loneliness of evil?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Someone's been in my house.
Someone's been in my house with absolutely no security whatsoever.
Someone's been using my toilet. There's a lot of feet in this film. I wonder if Quentin Tarantino is involved in some way.
Wow.
I was gonna not. I wasn't gonna say anything. But for a certain faction of our audience, you might like this film for certain reasons.
I'm sure I read somewhere that Quentin Tarantino did like this film, so I think we know the reason why now. It's an old phone.
All of the phones in this movie are the same phone. That's definitely a product
Yeah.
placement.
Mm-hmm.
Still not as bad as product placement as the original Superman film, though.
What are you talking about?
This, if I've kind of ruined the original Superman film for you now, because once you watch it, looking out for product placement, there is so much product placement in it. Like at one,
Still not as bad as Henry Cavill's Man of Steel, I think.
oh, is there some bad stuff in Man of Steel? Is there?
Well, tell me what product placement is in Superman 1.
The one that immediately springs to mind is when Mark Kent notices that Clark Kent's across the field and he's like deciding to leave, basically. And she looks out the window and there's that beautiful shot of this sunrise or sunset and young Clark Kent standing in the distance. And she's looking out the kitchen window to him. And she puts a gigantic box of Cheerios right in the foreground of the shot.
Well, what I remember in Man of Steel is Superman and Zod fighting a lot, and then there's a gas station with the brand of the gas station right there.
Yes.
7-Eleven. There's
Yeah. It's the same in Superman 2. Isn't there like a giant Coke sign in Superman 2 as well during the fight?
Oh, look at that. She figures it out just from that.
Wigs. Oh, and the boat's off.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, refresh my memory. What brought her to this boat?
And then she traced the blackout to
Yeah.
Oh
she's
yeah,
been
yeah,
investigating the thing that
yeah.
Clark's supposed to be investigating. You're bald.
I don't remember them being caught this early in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still an hour to go in the movie.
Yeah, but for your average movie, the movie be going off right about
Yeah.
this time.
That's
You
true.
know?
Oh wait, I forgot. There's a whole 20 minutes of ending in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swindle, swindle some old people out of her money. At this point in time in the comics, Lex Luthor had been a billionaire for like 20 years.
Yeah.
He got out of jail because Superman didn't show up in the court.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fail to appear. If you're the one being charged and you do it, it's a felony. But since he was supposed to be like a witness or something, and he was supposed to be the one who pleaded, and he didn't show, they had to let him go. That's how it
Someone
worked.
tell me how they serve papers to Superman.
We haven't seen
Uh,
Clark do any work yet.
well, frankly, Paul, not that I'm picking on the Snyder movies, but we've seen him do more work as Clark in this movie than.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Hey, he goes to interview Bruce Wayne, doesn't he, in Batman vs.
Bruce Wayne, the mystery billionaire from the next town over.
Yeah. Is this when he
Wait,
does this wrong bit coming out?
what is that's a map of America. Where is Metropolis?
Aren't they just assuming it's where New York is, I think?
And can somebody tell me why Perry White was wearing a tuxedo?
They're going to the Pulitzer
Oh
ceremony.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's stopped at the source of the blackouts on the way to the Pulitzer ceremony. He's going on
Here
about
we
land.
go again. Here we go with the whole land thing.
This is a terrible plan.
This is a horrible, horrible plan. Right? His Australia plan was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wish he'd stop describing it as beachfront.
Yeah. Here we go. I love this that was really good.
That is good. They're really telegraphing the turn by Parker Posey here.
Yeah. Oh. Oh,
Oh, he figures it out. Wait.
that's really well done. He's talking to both of them.
I can't tell if the kid is just leaning back or he's actually affected by the kryptonite.
Yeah, but that's deliberate, I think, isn't it?
Because then why would he think that it's Superman's son if I don't think he looks like Clark, does he? I don't know.
I think it was just like he saw the kid sort of flinch slightly and the possibility entered his brain.
Ah,
Because if you remember in Superman 2, you know, he knew about like Superman and Lois and that whole bit. So like when she forgot about the stuff, he didn't forget. It was certain stuff that he knew. Yeah.
that's so terrible. That's so ethically screwy. That is like the height of super dickery, Superman. Up.
How did you get that little She got it from the same place that Jurassic Park got it.
Yeah, on the low. That's one of my favorite parts of this movie.
What an asshole. That's terrible. Imagine being Cyclops in that moment.
Oh, this guy's really creepy, isn't he?
She does look too young to have a 5-year-old kid
Yeah.
and a career.
Yeah.
This is not a statement, people. This is not saying she looks very, very young.
Yeah, she does. Both of them do. Her and Brandon Routh. This is a
Jesus.
callback, isn't it? Because there's something about a clown massacre earlier on that Perry White says, isn't it?
Yeah. It is funny that he can play the piano.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is dated the film as well. She's about to try and fax a call for help.
I'm confused. Why didn't she just whisper to Superman? He's listening.
Yeah.
See, the thing with his henchman is that he's clearly just bored,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah.
he's been given the job to watch over these two and not actually go do the rest of the job. And he's just bored. He just wants to do something. He doesn't want to just be sitting there.
There's no way this would work though, because fax machines are really noisy, aren't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, the piano is totally the instrument to drown out the noise of a fax machine. Clearly, something like drums or an electric guitar wouldn't work.
Yeah. Oh no. This looks good.
Boom. I swear to God, Parker Posey's wardrobe in this movie is great.
Yeah.
She looks like she stepped out of a cartoon. You know why the kid has long hair?
What's that?
Invulnerable hair, they can't cut it.
Oh yeah. There we go. He hasn't learned to shave and cut his hair with his heat vision yet.
Even if he did, he doesn't have reflective pieces of his rocket.
This is it, yeah.
It's a very specific John Byrne era Superman detail, people.
That literally nobody asked for.
It's
Literally
so
nobody
John
else.
Byrne that. It's like, how many pages did he spend explaining how Superman shaved?
Not only did nobody ask for it, if anyone else had done it, John Byrne would be complaining about it.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, of course, everything's nailed down because they're on a boat.
You can't kill her though, dude. He'd be so mad at you.
He's gonna bash her with a geode.
See, Paul knows the technical term for that because
Oh, there we go. Superman's son's first murder.
Right. And the man ain't hit junior high school yet.
Oh, he doesn't need his Ventolin inhaler anymore.
did he ever need it? Is the question.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all see how he killed dude and then just hit the joint real smooth, right?
Well, now he can just open it, right?
I think she does ask him in a sec.
Aha, I have a new weapon.
Oh, poor little man. I love how he's just gonna sell this bunch of shapeless radioactive rock as beachfront property. Like,
So, yep, he did kill him. Like, there's
yeah.
no way out of this. The establishing shots in this movie are really good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the facts.
Boom. How can you not know what the numbers mean? Have you ever seen a show?
Yeah, I find that hard to believe, considering the fact that he's been with Lois and doing all sorts of craziness with her the entire time he's been a photographer. Like, I can't imagine she's never been on a boat before and been in trouble.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that
Whee!
juxtaposition. Where has he gone? Up there it goes, the sonic boom.
I love Superman.
So do we, Paul. Oh, because the boat has moved.
Oh no.
Now might be a good time to turn on your super speed, Superman.
Yeah.
Guys, I get the nasty feeling that at least one of Lex's people is gonna turn on him.
What gives you that idea?
How do you not know? How does Perry White not know what these numbers mean?
Oh,
Oh,
this is good.
I like how Perry's like clearly reacted, but not strongly.
Yeah. I could just watch 2 hours of Superman saving people. I mean, it wouldn't be a great film, but I'd watch it.
Well, I don't know. Clearly, you can also watch hours of Superman not saving people, Paul.
Well, I could go either way. This is good. I can really imagine it to be use of the heat vision there. I think this film's really good at just showing his powers in different ways.
Yeah, that's the second use of heat vision we've seen in this movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Arctic breath.
That's totally how fire would behave. It would go back in exactly one straight direction.
And this is why more buildings don't put a great big steel globe on top of themselves.
No, this is why. Sure. Perry White really doesn't react to things very quickly. Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
That's a great shot. See, I want to make fun of the people seeing the big giant thing coming down and like not moving out of the way, but I wonder if that's actually human instinct.
Yeah. Imagine if that was your car.
Oh, I'd hate you.
You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Like Superman, what the hell?
Oh, the closed captions, when the song started playing, it said noble theme playing.
Oh.
Noble theme. Okay. Oh, I think this is the part of the movie that kind of loses me a bit.
Aren't
Pretty
you
much.
impressed by all that wonderful beachfront property, though?
Pretty much anything that takes us out of Metropolis.
Mm.
I don't tie Metropolis to Superman the way I tie like Opal City with Jack Knight, but it is a big part of his character.
Yeah.
So when they have a fight over, marvelous beachfront property,
What's he gonna do?
I don't know, Paul. What do you think he's gonna do?
I can't remember. Oh, that's well done. It's Cyclops.
Cyclops is the one that saves them because Clark is off doing other things.
Yeah. Because Superman belongs to
Oh. This movie has an open ending, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, see, I think that might be one of the reasons a lot of people like talk against it is because people don't like open endings.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that marvelous beachfront property, like destroying the
We're gonna get killed by this beachfront property.
road. I do have to say though, like even as old movies go, and even older movies than this is a pretty freaking convoluted plan.
Yes.
Definitely.
His plan in Superman 1 was more straightforward than this.
Yeah.
Up, bye, Cyclops. No one liked you anyway.
Poor Cyclops. Just because he's a howling void of charisma.
I can't tell if you're referring to Jason Marsden, Richard White, or Cyclops.
Oh, this is terrifying, this next bit now.
Oh, if only the kid realized he knew how to fly.
Yeah. It always freaks me out when they do this in films where there's like water going up to the ceiling and your ears running out.
Oh, that's your thing?
Well, one of my many things. I must be horrible though. Especially with your family with you as well.
Yeah. But also one of you is unconscious.
Yeah, yeah. So he's like probably holding them both up there as well.
Can Superman drown?
I guess he could if like he was underwater long enough and he ran out of air in his lungs. But he'd have to be underwater for a really long time, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because he could hold his breath forever.
Yeah, yeah. This is brilliant. Look at this. Just flying a bloody boat.
And just like that, Cyclops had his big moment where all he had to do was open the door, like the most simple thing in the world to do, and he was the hero. All that's gone now.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, opening the door, he'd already done that, so he just couldn't do it twice.
Right. And then Superman comes and rips the door off the hinges. So it's kind of like in the Batman movie where he was like, "Hey, your interest was good, his is better." You know?
See, and now in this movie, in this exact moment, Cyclops cannot by any right hate him.
Yeah, that's over. That's done.
That's done.
That's done.
The moment Lois says, "I'm leaving you for Superman," there's really nothing he can say at that point.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair play. Oh, he's looking at her guts. Should be fine, and I like pink very much.
Why doesn't he just fly the three of them back? No. So he could have flown the three of them back, but the reason he doesn't is so that Cyclops doesn't feel too useless, right?
Yes.
What a nice guy. See, this is the part of the movie I really don't remember because like everything becomes really drab and
mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is kind of the point where everything just kind of takes a nosedive for me.
Yeah, like because now the crowd is gone. You know, there's no more saving people at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where they start laying on the Jesus stuff very thick, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What happened, Paul?
Just adjusting my cushions.
Got a nice little shot of your butt there.
Yeah, I like to give the people what they want. You know?
Yeah, crowd pleaser. Yeah, yeah, we'll be getting notifications about that one.
I gotta say, the fact that that dog has not made a single sound throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, this is definitely going down the Superman 2 route of Superman is absolutely useless without his powers.
But where is the cellophane S?
Yes, he could have still used that. Yeah.
We have to go back. Imagine being him at this moment.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Like, because if you say, nah, I ain't doing it, you super done.
Yeah.
And if you
Like,
do it, you're still done.
yeah, you're still done anyway, you know, because you already know what's going to pop off. But yeah.
Maybe a big problem with the perception of this film is that a lot of the photos I see of this film is him standing on this backdrop, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the
this is
internet.
not the best.
Yeah.
This is not the best part of the movie to be taking still photos from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you care, Lex? How did he take away 5 years of your life? You just said you got let off early.
Yeah.
I mean, do we like the fact that this Lex Luthor didn't even break out of prison?
Yeah,
I
like he
kind of
got
like
off
the
on a
swindling the old lady thing, you know. Just he's
yeah,
really evil, you know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he didn't even have a grand exit from prison. Like he got let off on a technicality.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he never even spent a day in jail, really. Like what you would think, you know.
Guys, I really think someone's gonna turn on Lex Luthor here.
Oh. Here it comes.
See, when Lex hatched his whole plan at the beginning of the movie, he didn't even know Superman was back, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, right in the kidneys.
Oh yeah, this is pretty much at around the time when it was really in vogue to show a vulnerable Superman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you wanted to show that he wasn't all powerful. By the way, being stabbed right in the kidneys, not at all a callback to Jesus on the crucifix.
Do you
Not,
see? It's a bit
definitely
like
not.
Jesus. Do you all see that? Do you see? He's still standing though. He's still ready for a scrap.
Only thing missing is like feeding him his own blood.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
It is a major mistake for anyone to let him fall into the water away from the kryptonite.
Yeah.
Quiet, somber theme plays.
So long, Superman.
Oh, here we go. By the way, Superman is an only son, much like Jesus.
Yes.
This is so sad. This is so sad. I feel so sad for Cyclops.
He's still kicking though, to Superman's credit. He's still going. He's not giving up.
Like, imagine getting together with a girl with the most, the biggest catch in the city, right? And then knowing full well that you're about to lose her.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it because you can't even argue.
Yes. Yeah, like, what's he going to say that, well, I've got this going for me that Superman hasn't? Like...
I flew the plane. That's not how you dive into water, Lois Lane.
It's weird because there was a shot of Henry Cavill being all underwater like that, wasn't there, in Man of Steel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Oh.
Lois is strong enough to pull him up.
I'll help.
Maybe if I save Superman, she'll stay with me.
Yeah.
So he can drown. Or
If he's
would
got
it be
kryptonite in him.
would it be a case where he just has water in his lungs and then he's just kind of unconscious until you move it out?
I don't know.
You can't even do this right.
Escape from the beachfront property.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Relieved grunt.
My favorite thing with subtitles sometimes is if somebody's talking in Japanese or something and they turn on the subtitles, and then the subtitle is speaking in Japanese.
Yeah.
No context whatsoever.
Yeah.
Again, already taking off his clothes.
Oof, it's nasty.
And ever since that day, every time Superman flew over that patch of ocean,
Yeah.
he'd feel a little bit weak.
Who keeps opening the door?
I mean, technically, why do you have to go back? You've already stopped the destruction of Metropolis.
Has
Yeah,
he
I
there?
mean,
It's still growing, isn't it?
Oh, I thought he already stopped it.
No, it's still growing, isn't it?
Okay.
Because he has to throw it into space, and it's still growing as he throws it into space.
Oh, yeah, the thing is still growing.
Yeah. He stopped like he stopped the effects of the initial earthquake.
That's
But
true. That's
yeah.
Oh, look at that, guys.
It's a bit like Jesus. Do you get it? You
It's
get
all it's almost like he's resurrected.
it?
grand noble theme crescendos. Now it's ominous theme crescendos. Quiet crackling.
I've never realized this before, but the sun is kind of a halo.
Everyone bitches about this bit because it's like, oh, how come the kryptonite isn't hurting him? And it's like, well, it is hurting him, but he's fighting through it because he's Superman, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's
It's
pretty
a
Yeah,
obvious.
super
yeah.
feat. You know, I love this bit.
Not only that, but he also just got a big giant sun bath.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird that Cal Penn is in this movie, and this is very soon after Harold and Kumar. So it's not like he didn't have his options, but he
Yeah,
hasn't said
yeah.
a word this whole time.
No. Yeah, he's really too good for the role they've given him. Like, you know.
Yeah, he's certainly no Otis, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not a knock to him because who is?
Yes,
No
exactly.
one.
You know?
So you realize they've been on this island for the better part of a day?
Yeah. No toilet on this island.
No toilet. I saw somebody drinking a soda, but where's,
Oh,
actual food?
Cal Penn's just been squished.
Jesus, Superman, you just killed someone.
Killed 3 guys. Oh, it's about to happen.
Oh no, I didn't see that coming at all.
See, one thing that really bugs me about whenever you look at people talking about this film on the internet, you always come across like bloody Mark Miller saying like, "Oh, this is a film where Superman spends the last half hour in bed." But like, this is the action climax of the film. Him picking up a bloody island and throwing it into space. I think it's brilliant. You know,
Pretty cool. Picking up a
yeah,
whole
this
island.
is so cool. This bit.
And like we don't see him for a while too, like his actual physical self. So
I
when
mean,
we
look at
see him
this.
here, that's a money shot.
Yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. How can you watch this and he spends the last half hour in bed?
He clearly is hurt by the kryptonite. I don't know how
Yeah, he's
anybody
feeling
can
it.
say
Yeah.
that he's not. He's clearly hurt
Yeah.
by it. Also, he's gonna have to go back and pick up all of the other rocks.
Yeah. I think like, you know, this film shows how people react to Superman and how like you just saw a shot of someone of all the people in Metropolis looking up and watching him pick up this bloody island. And that's something that Man of Steel was lacking. You didn't see how people around him were acting, just the ordinary people of
Right.
Metropolis.
Yeah. And then Batman versus Superman just kind of skipped over it. Like it showed that people were worshiping Superman without actually showing how they got there.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, guys, look. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Oh, but look.
Oh, here we go. Once again. It's a bit like Jesus.
Oh my God. It's like a big giant hammer.
It's so
Symbolism.
The only thing you can say in this film's defense is that it's not the only film to do it. Like, it's just become a Superman thing, and it's just a bit tiresome.
It is. I agree. Because like Superman 1 started it. And Henry Cavill does the thing too.
Yeah.
But
And he's a Jewish. If he's anything, he's a Jewish thing, isn't he? Superman. It's
yeah. He was originally intended to be like he was based on Moses.
Yeah. But
like
it just kind of like it's like,
orphan that
this is
leads you to
just
the promised
for
land.
white American Christians. It narrows Superman's scope and appeal by making it exclusively a Christian thing.
Yeah.
Well, ironically, guys, being a Jewish icon and then being co-opted to be a white American Christian thing is also something you can say about Jesus.
Yes, that's true, actually. It is literally a bit like Jesus. Yeah. Do you think they slapped a hospital bill on Superman after this?
Of course not. What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, they probably slapped it on him like a toe tag. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, someone's got to pay for Superman. I like the detail of this still being little shards of kryptonite inside him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good detail.
Oh, the classic syringe breaking.
Which does imply that his invulnerability is coming back.
Yeah.
Distant, muffled conversation among medical staff. Equipment sizzling.
See, like when you see this, how can you think that the kryptonite didn't hurt him?
Yeah,
it definitely hurt him. because in the comics, when Superman's sun dips, like he goes close to the sun, he just kind of flew up in the sky and got straight a little bit and went back down and approached it. Like he wasn't even at full power when he did that.
Mm.
I will say, by the way, having been in such a situation recently, those are way too few wires connected to him in the hospital.
Right.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
See, this is America, isn't it? Like she's just almost died on a boat and she has to go back to work.
No benefits.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Fair play. You did just say you don't have to be here. He's so lovely, though. I know he's a howling void of charisma, but he's taking the love of his life to see the love of her life in the hospital.
I mean,
Depicted a little.
I mean, the thing is, you could totally have played him off as a total jerk, and they did it. So it's
Yeah.
actually really smart. But having
Yeah.
said that, he is in fact a howling void of charisma.
Yeah, no question, no question.
Oh, look at him. Look at his face.
Do you think
I want to go
Cyclops
with
knows?
Marty.
Do you think he knows?
Deep
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Deep down.
I think he's struggling to come to grips with it, and because he's already been done since probably about 40 minutes ago, and he knows that, right? And so this is just everything he got left is the car ride. You know what I mean?
Bless him. Do you know who
See,
he should get together with? Lana Lang.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. Because that's how relationships should go. Your
Yes.
exes should always date your partner's exes.
Yeah. Everyone wins.
Doesn't matter if they live across the country or not. Don't make no difference. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make sense though, because like, Cyclops and Superman must have things in common, and Lana
Yeah.
and Lois must have things in common. So Cyclops,
Cyclops and Lana Lang. But they can all be friends, It'd be nice.
they can go on not awkward at all double dates.
Yeah. Oh,
Of
he's
course
good,
she
this
would
kid,
like you.
isn't he? I wonder what he's doing now.
Well, let's look
Oh,
that up.
I don't know.
I got it. The third question in Superman Returns, the Google search is, why is Superman Returns so good?
Oh, that's nice. Because it is good.
And it's a link to a CBR article, so I'm not linking it.
Yeah, right. Good decision.
Oh, this kid has been in a bunch of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. 13 movies and shows. The last one was in 2020.
I hope he's doing well.
He was in The Young and the Restless.
Mm.
What do you think she's whispering to him?
I've had your child.
Her kid can hear you.
Yeah. I like how his hair's still immaculate.
Of course. Oh, there we go. Cyclops is done. In case any of you were still on the fence about it.
Accelerated beeping.
His hair is still immaculate, and there's no dirt on him at all.
No. Well, the invisible aura around his body would repel dirt as established by Sir John Byrne.
The invisible aura would also help him telekinetically move that island
Yeah.
over the Earth's atmosphere. Because you see, when he's flying and lifting things, it's actually lighter than when he's on the ground. I swear to God, nobody asked for this stuff, John.
Yeah. I love how he wrote that and he complains about the Speed Force.
It's ridiculous, man. It's like, come on.
Oh, it's Mark Kent. She can't see her son. That's so sad.
No, but is she with Ben? Oh,
There was a man next to her on the right. I bet that was Ben Hubbard.
Yeah, y'all know Ben Hubbard took her up there because he trying to get in good, you know.
Get his feet under the table.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He finally got his beachfront property.
yes, he did. Oh, Jesus. That's a low blow.
Dark eccentric theme playing.
I swear, Parker Posey's wardrobe in this movie. Protecting herself against the harshness of the sun on that desert island.
Oh
No, what happened?
He is risen. Hallelujah.
Superman, did you settle your hospital bill though?
That's the button you press when someone goes without paying their bill.
I don't know if you realize it, Superman, but this is America and healthcare ain't free.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot. That's a nice transition.
Yeah. Film's full of them, isn't it? She's got brainy glasses
Oh,
on.
who is this? I don't recognize her. I guess she looks a lot like Lois Lane, but it can't be Lois Lane.
Look, Aquaman pajamas on Superman's son.
Which would imply what? That Aquaman is a fictional character in this universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or that Jason Momoa is actually his real father.
Well, at least we know that if that's the case, we know Garcia Lopez is still doing the underoos and stuff for the kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
So that's good.
You guys ever watch that show Heroes?
Years ago, I can't remember much about it.
So there are two artists in there, but all of the art in the show is done by Tim Sale. So you have two artists who draw exactly the same. It's always Tim Sale.
And they both draw like Tim Sale.
They both draw like Tim Sale. Oh, look at him giving the same words that his father gave him.
It is nice though. I know people try and play this bit as creepy, but I really love it. I think it's really lovely.
Well, this is not like Jesus because Jesus didn't have children, supposedly.
No.
I don't know what that means in this context. What does the father becomes a son means in this context?
I don't know.
Well, again, he'll see the world through his son's eyes, you know?
Oh.
Just like Jor-El will carry on through Kal-El. Kal-El will carry on through Jason White.
He won't be Jason White for much longer, my friend.
Oh, she's on the fags again.
Once again, before we are canceled, that means cigarettes.
Like, I'm not even trying to be edgy. We just say that in the UK, honest.
Oh, I love you.
You're so much better than my partner. I won't let you down again. It immediately goes off to space.
See, I feel like the way this ends, it's like it's leaving it open for a sequel
Yes.
where they get back together.
And I reckon that big island flying off into space would have played some part in the sequel as well.
I think so too.
Because that would have kept growing in space, presumably.
Yeah.
Because all the other crystals landed on it too.
And it's
Yeah.
and we would have seen Mixelplick. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Or the island becomes Brainiac and he finds a willing accomplice in Cyclops.
Yes.
So so he just inhabits his body and then and it pop off from there. You know what I mean?
Or you know what's coming up now? The best part of any Superman film is coming up.
I love this music so much.
He's going to give us a wink or a smile. Does he? Does he look at the camera on this one? Yes, he does. Love you, Superman.
Oh, he does not give us a wink.
Theme ends with a flourish.
Good stuff.
I love that.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I
was great.
enjoyed that quite a bit. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. It was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, we should do it.
I was right to write to the Guardian newspaper to complain about the columnist slagging that off because it's a good film.
we should do that kind of thing more often.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm up for it. That's fun. I liked it.
We should do Superman 4: The Quest for Peace next.
When they put it out and make it, we'll be sure to do it.
Oh yeah, they haven't made it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Paul. Oh my god. All right. Well, you want to wrap this up?
Well, I guess we're putting this out on Spotify and YouTube. So
Yes, we are.
on YouTube, feel free to tell us what you think about Superman Returns in the comments. And if you're listening on Spotify, then find Duy's Twitter account @ComicsCube.
Yes,
And
or our Facebook.
Yeah, or the Facebook group, the Comics Cube on Facebook. And let us know what you think of Superman Returns. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Yeah, what do you think of it? And let us know. And we'll see you again soon.